So now that we've talked about the five virtues and their relationship to the organs, how do you think they can be useful for us in life?
Yes, five virtue is much more on the big scale, especially conscious levels or behavior and your mind or what you hold about your principle of life. There's a deep aspect has that affected on the health part is because we are as a species and different from animal is because we have a thought and also we have a feeling in the heart, and then our body can follow their thoughts and conducting how daily life going to. So that's why their thoughts, idea, and then your ethical levels is highly affected your physical body, as if almost like those thoughts, idea and feeling like conductors. The conductor your body, just like you said, okay, today I'm going to get up to do something else. When you have the thoughts, you will start get up doing things. If you're just thinking today I'm relaxed because it's a Sunday, I'm not going to get up, stay in bed late. So you will do. So that's why those thoughts and all those virtues is linked to the organs. We find that's very interesting aspect because you notice that the ren as an arose is the first one. So that first one is almost like they're in charge of the rest of virtues. And also in the body, the heart is also very important. If a heart stops, so the whole body will stop function. And that's why the compassionate and then loving has become very important. But notice the other part. Just thinking about the body is a system. We have billions of cells to conducting bad those organs. And also connecting by the nerve system, the meridian systems as like a huge network. So it's a very complex system which is multi-layer. So those multi-layer, if we were view that as like a miniature cosmos, or just like even just like countries, so you can see how much each thought you're conducting and calling your whole body to follow. So, wow, if we looked how that affected our whole body, you will see fundamentally, if we look, the kidney is kind of conducting the physical Jing and essence and the movement and the creativities and the bone and above all of and they're linked with the fear. The fear can affect it, and the urine to lose. We said, people were so fearful they hear the gunfire and then the urine suddenly come out. So that's why you can see the emotion and the virtue, how much linked with the body. So that's why we have the animal aspect in our body, because we have a desire for food, for survival. You got to eat, and then when you had to eat, so you're not hungry, so you're not worried about that. And then that's why many science or even psychologists talking about that we have a different layer for human development. on the basic survival layer, and then to fulfill self worth and value, and then to thinking the other people, and then achieve to their spirituality. So that's a different kind of a layer to climb. That's why the Chinese medicine have a much more describe how that works. For example, why people, you can see the people first have to learn how to doing things, how to find the food, how to find the shelter, like house. So that's why for young people, first you go outside, you learn how to make money, and then how to set up the home, and how to bring the children, and how to make yourself success, and then to be able to fulfill your financial and your social recognition, to be able to making more money or to be able to stand your feet on that earth. But that reflects something very deep about the kidney. So why our human can be survival is because we have the kidney function, means the willpower. You willing to do something else, you drive, you will get it. That's a very positive aspect. The other part is protect aspect. If you have dangers, so you run. And then that's the part of the kidney function. As soon as the bump, so you just try to run away, is to protect your survival. So that's why reflect deep issues about our human. How can we really be a good ambitious for that so much other life form together on the earth? The one of the issues why we will see their body, if you see the people and the physical body quite strong, they can managing doing quite lots of things. If their heart more open, they consider the other people, they're really compassionate, they love, so they're getting more people and then can do things together. So that's why they have a much more social impact. And then that's why you will find there's a deep issues we call belonging or security. So that's why the body running first, you make sure you're safe. So our human being, the first we make sure we are safe, not dying, auspicious. So and then after safe, so that's why people always looking for, I need to find a good partner, can stay longer and live forever. So we have lots of love stories. I love you forever, and I will look after you forever. And then later on, people say, that's interesting. Why people floating away? And so because there's one part of the kidney and the lower chakra, the one-to-one relationship, they want to bonding. Because this bonding make yin and yang as whole and make us safe. So they can really run the life together. But if this bonding not successful, so they don't really feel safe. So that's one of the reasons you will see everybody have to run that. So they need their own realize they cannot survive by themselves. They're running by the group or by the family or partnership. At least the two person, there will be make things happening, can make a house, make a life, rather than one person. One person much more difficult unless those person as a hermit. They doesn't really care about their life safe, and then they can live in the cave and just follow the nature. That's on different levels what we are talking about. 5 virtues much more reckoned this character. So you can see when the people, that's why when the people really make sure they have so much staffs to make their value. So it's like, oh, I'm very capable. You can see people, there's how much material, how much money they want to make. So that means they are strong, they were attracted to more women and more men and more staff and then more partner and then more kind of develop, build up the kingdom, and then just kind of that's the material aspect, because they feel, oh, I'm in the control. That's a very interesting area. First, they feel they got to be strong to inner control, and then they feel safe. So they create so much material and so strong physically, and then try to grabbing the resource and everything. But of course, you will see that another crisis now. The earth have so much material for human. There's so much building. Even some people have not only have one houses, and then they have a 39, 46. So lots of people have more than one houses in the kind of rich countries. Okay, we're not talking about some of the people in Africa, in a poor area. They are homeless, and then they're in a war zone, they don't have a house. So that's why it's a big difference in the society. But why those things happen, have such kind of a big difference, is people use this kind of survival mechanism. If they only stay on that part and not listen to the heart, or not really concerned for the others, yes, they may be occupied so much material. But later on, you will find quite lots of businessmen got so rich and then so successful. But you know what happening? There, I heard the stories in China, and they got really sick. Not only one story talking about, they got very sick, and then they gave money, said, oh, I want to and have the best care, and of course the doctor said, well, we treat everybody equal, not because you have more money we will give you more attention. They're so angry, they threw the money as like threw the rubbish on the floor. To show how rich they should be. But it's also the anger, because they start realize, come to the life-threatening disease, have money, it doesn't really resolve everything. Occupied material is not means you are accepted by the highest level and virtual standard. So that's why when the people reach to that state, though there are some of them start quietly, or some of them openly, and then try to find spiritual journey, and then cultivate, or meditate, or try to find big master to follow. Because after reaching all of that material outside to prove how strong they are, just like an animal. It's like how much territory I can occupy, and how much food I can bring, and then I am the king of the forest. So the human first had to do that on the material levels to try to find security. But later on, why there's so many people sick? So we need to ask that question. And then because they're sick, is they forgot there's not enough, because our human body is not only built by the material, it's something much more than that. Now we come to the point to explaining Chinese medicine actually is multi-dimension levels of the wisdom, and also the material part. It's like the big system which they attach to the multi dimension levels. So that's why when the people reach to the first chakra about how to build up the nature, material, and the tribe or safety, and then come to the second chakras about your power to control, your kidney and your banking and your creative, and then in the physical level, and then to try to find and whether you are capable to monitoring your physical life. And then after that, so you reach to find your own value. But if this one, that's the reach to the third chakra above, that means solar plexus. So that's why solar plexus is about yourself. But how can you be able to find a deep peace and very healthy, no problem? So we already mentioned that in the ancient time there's immortal and also the people achieve the man. They're so healthy. Why they can be healthy? So that's why when the people have so much material success and then start realize something missing. But why I get cancer? Why I have discomfort? I already have so much money, but if the health deteriorates, I'm going to die. So am I achieved in my life? So those questions deeply going to start to ask. But of course, if people don't ask those questions and then start rethinking their life and then change their pathway into the spiritual aspect and then into the open heart. So therefore, and that's why the earth is in a mess, because people just fight and then to get computation, to try to get resource, get whatever, and then that's why there's so many people sick. The health become issues.
So talking about the third and fourth chakra, why do you think humanity is so stuck in the second chakra?
Well, there's a fear. Because there's a deep issues about fears. Have I got enough money it can feed children? And also the other part is desire, because you when you're not self-contained, you just said, oh, that person have a big car. Oh, I need to make more money to get that big car just to show I'm success. The status is kind of like safe and then try to be in the human group. Because that's why you can see the different group behavior different. And then some of the group, they're all collecting kind of a big car. And then they don't really want to drop behind. They have to kind of really catch up. If some group people all do the tattoo, and everybody want to do the tattoo, otherwise they feel they're not belongs to that party. So that's why we are the bishops, very interesting. We were born supposed to be in the tribe and with the group. But which group you are going to belong to, and then depends on which energy chakra system you are open. That's one of the reasons when the heart open, like altruism. Altruism is a compassion, how much the big love, how much you can serve the other. When that is open, and then that is attached to the deep aspect about what is your source here. So you are going to climbing, opening up to find your deep security is because you're going to find your soul family. So that's one of the reasons you can see so many scientists are looking for truth. And then like Newton, he find the gravity. And then after he find the gravity, he want to find more truth. So say, what is gravity start from? And then he couldn't get any answer from the material world. So instead, he started realize, oh, there must be the highest level, which is called God. So that's why he thought the first touch to push, to have a gravity, is the God. Lots of people think, oh, God, he's getting into kind of a religion, and he's not scientist anymore. But that's the one of the trouble, because people separate the spirituality and the material reality. Actually, they're both existing in our life. So that's why the spiritual wakening up means the soul understand why your soul jump into that body, why the soul is located. It is actually it's in your heart. That's why so many people said, oh, we need to find, if it's spirituality, we need to go into the church. We need to go into find the guru and the master. And then that's why the Chinese medicine keep emphasizing that your heart is in charge, the divine, and then the brightness. So within your heart, you had divine stay within. So that is the described in the modern language is about vibration. So that's why we are talking about the heart have such a high vibration connecting with the earth vibration. And also that heart vibration can connecting the divine vibration. So that's why so many people, when their heart peaceful, and then when they really loving and service, and then they have an extraordinary mystical experience. I find they're so happy. They're not worried about how much material they need, how much people will recognize them, and then just feel like the world is like oneness. All the worry and then try to occupy how much land, try to occupy how much money, and it's all gone. Why? Because we call the Shen and then the spirit or divine and God, whatever your name, and different culture had a different name. In the Daoist we call the Dao. In the Chinese medicine called the Dao, and called the soul or heart, because that is the universe, actually the design within ourselves. So if we really find the deep security, is not outside, is in our heart. Our heart is open. You suddenly realize nothing can disturb you. You don't really have to push too hard and then to prove how much money you got, how much land you occupy, how big material you occupy. Even you have occupied material, all what you wanted is to offer, to serve, because that's what your soul a contract. Why you got it? If you got it, you have good luck and you got to share. But actually, that's the whole point about the. We were mentioned that. So why the kidney, the wisdom, we could say the kidney is linked with the wisdom, because when you're not acting as a fear, and then you're connecting with your heart, so that's what wisdom start coming in. That wisdom is brought yourself into your spiritual family, your divine family, and then you just feel there's a love, it's profound, and then you don't need to feel anxious and worry and fearful anymore. But interestingly, how can we keep that as a daily life? And then so that's why, and then because our mind is quite tricky, so that's why when the wisdom and the kidney no longer worry about how much and then you occupy it, and you get wisdom. You know you're just come to that body to learn, and then to strengthen your soul, because we are the particle, and then we are the light of the cosmos, of the universe. So ultimately, we are the vibration. So that's kind of a vibration that has been existing in our body so much. For example, meridians as a vibration. That's vibration even fitted in as we call the cosmos background vibration, microwave. There's a certain kind of range. It's like I remember there are some people that did research. It's like a 3,700 kind of hertz in a certain range. So that's why when you were relaxed and then you're in tune with your heart, that's why you certainly get in connecting with that kind of aspect, which we said small cosmos connecting with the big cosmos, because you certainly opening up that pathway by you stay in this, in your heart. So that's a heart actually to guide you and then to strengthen that kind of a vibration, not to worry it, to be able to connect in your true family. And this one, I like to emphasize that, because lots of people were thinking Chinese medicine is the herbs, or it's the needles. But interestingly, our body have a natural healing power. That healing power is through your connecting with your heart and then with your kidney, because kidney is very much linked with how can you use as the basic design for the body, which is use the survival mechanism, but we overcome that to be able to connecting with the heart, and then start not to worry. That's one of the reason in the ancient Chinese story. They said that when the master, their kidney is so strong, their heart open, they're not worried at all, and even the tiger see him and then want to serve him. Normally we just say, wow, tiger going to eat people. Why they eat people? Because you're smelly. Your kidney rotten. They smell the dead meat. That's why.
They're smelling the vibration almost.
Yes. So that's why when you're not fearful, your heart open, your vibration changed. When your vibration changed, your vibration is very high. And then even the tiger and wolf see you, they almost feel like they see the divine, see the light. And then they will follow you and then serve you. That's why when you find your, we call it spiritual family or your divine family, and then you don't need to have a war to fight for your territory anymore. All of different animals were dancing with you. That's exactly when we will have some people had cancer. Funny, when the first they started doing kind of a breathing exercise and the qigong, so their dog and the cat all ran away, and then there's one person said he had a crane nearby. And then those animals are all gone. But since he practiced more and more, he's not fearful, and he's much more peace and self-content, and his energy and the vibration changed. His body chi and the vibration changed. Since it changed, so the dog started to dance, and then duck start dancing, and the cat start want to be, around him. Even the crane, when he was doing the movement, and the crane move with him together. that's we call the heaven harmonious appeared, because when you're not fearful, you're not fight, you're not driven by the desire and the ego, and then you are in tune with that's the high vibration, which is your heart and the divine, and your soul sit in. If you're based on that, and then there's many senses that the vibrating outwards. So therefore, we always said that the paradise is like everybody, people start harmonious together. People always thinking that's because the earth is not going to happening. That's why it's the dream. But that's not the dream. In ancient time, many community and the village, it is like this. And then there's a lot of master. That tiger come to him, want to serve him. And then he talked to tiger because tiger have a soul. So he contact that soul. And then the tiger said, oh yes, I want to follow your master. so that's why he went outside and he ride the tiger. So like a riding horse. So he ride the tiger. So when he's in the cave, he's living in the cave. So the tiger's lying on the gate of the cave to stop the wind blowing to him. So to create a sheltered space to protect his master. So that's why we were said, all those beasts were terrible. How could, but that's another aspect. And then when that the master decided his departure from the earth, so he said, okay, now you're free. He talked to the tiger, said, now you're free. You can go back to the society or to mountain. And then tiger said, wow, human could be killed me. You can say even tiger was worried about his security. Then someone killed me. Oh wow. So he doesn't want to go back to society. He said, well, you can go to the forest. But even him said, even I'm going to forest, probably human going to hunting me. So it just say that. Can you imagine if we are not acting as a fear and just treat all of the animals, you treat them as a part of you. So that's why there's a lot of stories about the Qigong master in the ancient time when wolf come, so and then they talk to wolf and then they use different methods and the wolf will not hurt them. And then because the compassion and the love, just can you imagine the dog is belongs to wolf family originally, as I heard. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, okay. So that's why if dogs can have such kind of love to you, it doesn't matter what you treat them, you maybe shout to them, whatever. Anytime that you appear that they're so happy and they want to serve you. You see, that's why we need human need to be really self-checking ourselves. That's why we were said, how can we implement the 5 virtue in a reality into our health? So of course, if you're not acting as the fear, people say, yes, I prefer not fearful, but the fear just come out. It's yes, why? Because you worry too much. You fear you're not being recognized by the people. You fear your value not being, acknowledged. You fear like you may not get enough money. That's all the fear. Rather than just said, okay, I'm just trust. That's why when your kidney is strong, you just follow. That's why we have so much tool, and then from Yellow Emperor internal medicine book, because there's so much tools that you follow the nature, you preserve your energy, you follow the Tao, you follow the nature rhythms. That's why you kept your rhythms of your vibration. right. So, and then you won't lose much energy. So that's even you don't really feel cold when you're in the winter because you're in line with nature. In this case, you can spend much less money to find the heating or have expensive or something for electricity, blankets, or all of the any other things. So that's why from that point to follow the ancient wisdom, to understand we got all of that tool or the method we can do it. But of course, from ourselves, the 5 virtue you need to understand, and then so long we keep those kind of virtue, as well as understand there's so much things we can learn, but we need to hold the center within the heart. From that point, and then there's many things will flow much better. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it seems like the theme that I'm picking up on is that living the 5 virtues is also to cultivate for those invisible states. It's not just for body health.
Exactly.
You cultivate it for the internal.
Yeah, exactly. When you cultivate that, your body getting better. Also, your spiritual, your soul part has been enhanced. Because if you are, for example, like people say, oh, I have a good heart, but they're always hiding inside the room. And said, I'm not harm anybody, but I'm just take care of myself. That's not compassionate.
It's the fear of the self stopping you from being compassionate to others.
Yeah, basically because that's what I mean. We are the group ambitious. We're living with the other people and the other ambitious. We need trees to have oxygen. We need the earth to provide food. So that's why we need in connecting with the nature. That's why lots of people hiding in the room, holding the electricities, even not to breathe the trees. Or serve for the other people. How can you to keep your vibration and your heart open? Because heart open, now that's why I heart open is really means you need to be serve the other people and in the community. That's why I want to say I'm talking the soul, I'm talking about the divine even in the Chinese medicine because that's linked with your heart. But that's not really means you take care of your soul or your divinity to go to the church and the religion. That is not the ultimate cultivation. Because you can see the history, the religion and the church become a society, become a power manipulate. It has been lots of facts showing that. I'm not trying to criticize, but I'm just talking the historical phenomenon. But now, what we were doing, the deep teaching, the spiritual teaching, always to go into your heart. So, but also through the going to your heart, you are connecting with the other people who have a good heart to make society as better. And then your soul and your soul family start formulate. And you're much more happier because why we're in our body, because we can do something else. And then and our mind moving, we have some idea and then we need to manifest it. So how to get this idea, and then we get feedback from the other people and from society. And then we start adjusting our actions, and then to be able to, from time to time, to go back to our heart, said, oh, did I do that is from the ego or from the heart? So that is make very big difference. But when you are really not just seeking for external master, That's what majority people do in the ancient time. That was the setting. You find the sage, you followed. You find the master, you followed. But now, come to that stage, lots of people thinking spirituality is good business because people donate money to the temple, to the church. So that's why there's something happening even in China, I heard. So there's a group of people find that's a good business opportunity. So that's why they they pay the money, hire the temple. So they're running the temple as business. And so that's why if people come to the temple not pay, not to donate, and then they start force people to donate because that's is their income. So that's why I just want to say, just be careful, not blindly we're thinking any temple, any church is good, because when the people too much function on their desire for money, they can use any kind of form, including so-called running temple, running things. So that's why ultimately, if we want our life become fulfilled, meaningful, that's coming back, we will see why there's so much trouble happening in the society, in our physical life, in our journey, is deeply we need to have a belonging. We belong because that's the deep issue. If people say, yeah, I already have this, I have a patient, they tell me, I feel lost. I said, what lost? I said, it's very funny feeling. I got a very good husband. He's very nice, take care of me, and we have plenty of money, and I have a children, I have a big house, and I have a car. I get everything what people needed. But I said, there's something very funny. I just don't really feel happy. I feel lost. So that case really alarmed to me as the Chinese medicine doctor. I said, oh, it's not just physical. Why the 5 virtue actually leads us to understand there's something much deeper. The Chinese medicine is a multi-dimension kind of medicine. We call medicine, actually it's not medicine as material medicine. It's the multi-dimension system for human to understand. We are not just a physicality in that earth. There's much more. So that's one of the reasons we find that probably there's another topic, and why Chinese medical doctor doesn't use so much machine, blood test, X-ray, and whatever, because they knew our body got all of these abilities. And then we are very sophisticated biomachine. But if we can center ourselves, connecting the highest ourselves, and maybe people said enlightened, whatever the words they use. So when you get that, you certainly find you can monitor your body much better. That's why the Chinese medicine doctor, if they're doing very well, you can feel they're very calm. Why they're calm? They understand to calm down your mind, to connecting with your heart, and then there's many things happening, the magic happening. So that's why so many business people, even political leader, or they are any different field kind of leader, some of them they're doing very good. If you really interview them, they have a really quite mystical experience. So they're connecting the highest, the wisdom with themselves. So that's why that's the part I just want to say for Chinese medicine, there's the huge multi-dimension system within that practice. So that's why how to understand Chinese medicine, why I'm really passionate to practice that. I find that's leading to the mystical or to the highest ourselves. So, and then eventually the deep peace will occur because you start to understand who you are. Why your true belongs to, and then how to find the pathway to go. And then nothing can free of you. And then that's why your kidney gets stronger, your stomach gets stronger, you're not worried about, and then also learning, and then service, and then be happy for whatever that kind of a service or the experience you do. And now also keep adjusting, and then to make sure you can helping as much people as possible because they're all part of you.